Hello everyone, how are you doing? Personally, I'm doing good. Welcome to today's lesson, whereby we are going to learn about equations of a straight line from a known point and a gradient. Yes, and as you can see, I'm using the grade 9 textbook, the KICD approved textbook, and we're going to work out some few questions from this practice exercise. Let's move together. So if you have not yet watched my previous video, I've explained on how to get an equation of a straight line given 2 points. But in this case, as you can see, it's a bit different. In this case, you are not given the 2 points. You are given 1 point and then a gradient. And then from there, we are supposed to get the equation of that straight line. So, what we do for us to get equation of a straight line? I've decided to work out 2 questions from part 1 of this exercise. Then I'll also work out question 2. So for us to get a equation of a straight line given gradient and 1 point, we are going to do the following. So in each of the following cases, the gradient of a line and a point on the line are given. Find the equation of the line. So let us solve part A of this question. Part A. So we are given, if we are, this is the form of the question. Then 2 is the gradient. And then we have a known point, which is 3, 4. And I always encourage students or learners to identify the x and the y in that coordinate, because some learners confuse which is x, which is y. So just write, we write x, comma y. We always start with the x coordinate, then the y, So we know that gradient, gradient is given by change in y over change in x. So we only have 1 point here, 3, 4. So how are we going to get the gradient when we don't have another point? So we take another point, which is unknown, because we are now given the known point. We take another point, taking another point x, y, and this x, y is in the same line. We take any other point on the line x, y. So from there now, because we have 2 points, we can use the same method we were using the previous lesson to get the gradient. So in this case now, the gradient, which is 2 over 1, 2 over 1 just the same as 2, is equal to y. In this case, we can call this x1, y1, and then x2, y2. Yes, so that we can take y2 minus y1. In this case, y2 is just y. So y2 is y minus y1, which is 4, over x2 is x minus x1, which is 3. Then from there, we can multiply the numerators and the denominators. In this case, this is going to be multiplied with that, and then that. So we'll have 1 being multiplied to y minus 4. Ensure you include the brackets so that you can open to make sure that 1 is multiplied by the whole part, y minus 4 is equal to 2 into x minus 3. So this will be, opening the brackets, 1 minus y is just y, not 1y, minus 4 is equal to 2 times x is 2x, then 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. Yes, now we take 4 or negative 4 to the other side of the equal sign, and we'll have y being equal to 2x minus 6. Then taking y to this side, we'll change to positive 4. Yes, I always talk of that. So when negative crosses the equal sign, it changes to positive. So we'll have y being equal to 2x. Negative 6 plus 4 is, yes, negative 2. Negative 2. And then that is the equation of that line given a point and gradient. Yes, from there we move to the next part. I said in question 1 we are going to do part A and then another part. In this case I've chosen part H because of a reason. Because as I said in the previous lesson, kindly if you are not watched the previous lesson, it was very much interesting, and just watch it. So we have part H. I've said the reason as to why I've chosen this question is because in this case, first, the gradient is a fraction, a negative one, and again the given point or the known point is also it includes a negative integer, and many students, the students have come across so many of them usually have a problem with negatives in mathematics. Some of them tend to ignore the negative. It's not important, let me just do away with the negative, just like that, dropping it. No. You should always obey negatives in mathematics. That's why in grade 9 there is a substrand on integers. It's even a strand on integers, a substrand on numbers. Then inside numbers we have integers, and in integers we have positive and negative integers. Yeah, so let us do this. As we said, identify the gradient, that is the gradient, and then we have a point x comma y. Yes, always right. Just write x, y. Just write. Don't assume that you know. At times you might be confused. Right? Instead of replacing the part for x, you replace the y and so on. So just indicate up there that this is the x and this is the y, to make it look more simple. So as we said, gradient is equal to change in y over change in x. So we are going to take a point, take a known pointer from that line, which is x comma y, and then from there we know that gradient which is change in y just means we take y2 minus y1. Change in is just subtraction there, the y's, and then change in x is x2 minus x1, and then you can now call your points, your x's, you can call these x1, y1, Then the other point that you have taken, you can call this x2, y2, like that. So y2, the granted is given as negative 2 over 3. So negative 2 over 3 is equal to y2, which is y, minus y1, which is, look at that, y1 is 6, over x2 is x, minus, let us look at x1. Look at x1. Yes, you've seen right. x1 is negative 4. So it is minus negative 4. Pay attention on that. Many students mess up at that point and they end up getting it wrong. A very simple thing. Don't mess up. So, let us simplify this. Negative 2 over 3 is equal to y minus 6 over a negative following a negative turns out to be a positive. We see that a negative integer times a negative integer gives a positive integer. So this is x plus 4. Yes, and then now from there we can multiply. Yeah, and then I always start with the part that has a y. You know that? Because at some point as we continue learning about equation of a straight line, we are going to see that it is always good to, there is a point you'll be required to write to equation in the form of a equation, the general equation of a straight line, which is y is equals to mx plus c. This is actually what I'm going to discuss in our next lesson. Keep tuned, because we are going to see how we can write an equation of a straight line in the form of y, or in the form of the general equation of a straight line. So that is why I'm always starting the point, the part that has y. Yeah, I'll explain that further in the next lesson. Make sure you check out the next video. So this is 3 into y minus 6. Just check the way I'm multiplying my numbers is equal to look at this is negative 2, not just 2. Negative 2 into x plus 4. Yes, see it, right? So let us open the brackets. We'll have 3 times y, which is 3y. 3 times negative 6, we'll have negative 18 is equal to negative 2 times x. Negative, we'll have negative 2x, and then negative 2 times positive 4. A negative integer times a positive integer should give us a negative integer. So this will be minus 8. Yes, science. A student can just say it is 2 times 4 and then write plus 8. And then you end up getting it wrong. So we'll have 3y is equals to negative 2x minus 8. And then taking negative 18 to this side, we'll change from negative to positive 18. And this is eventually be 3y being equal to negative 2x and then plus 10. Let us leave the equation at that point. As I've said, in the next lesson, we shall write the equations in the form of a general equation of a straight line. So that is the equation of that a line having the gradient negative 2 over 3 and the point negative 4, 6. So Let us proceed to question number 2 as I had promised. So question 2, we are supposed to find the equation of the line that passes through the point 1, 4 and has a gradient of 2. So this is just, we are just going to do it the same way as we have done the previous questions. The issue here is just that the question is given in explanation form, not just written the points. So we're just going to simplify by writing the gradient and the point. So the gradient is 2 and the point is 1, 4. Yeah. So this is the gradient, and then we have the point x and y, and as we said, we're going to have taking another point x, y. This other point will have this being x2, y2, and then x1, y1, and then we have the gradient 2 being equal, this is 2 over 1, being equal to y2, which is y, minus y1, which is 4, over x2, which is x, minus x1, which is 1. Then we cross multiply. We'll have 1 into y minus 4, and then being equal to 2 into x minus 1. Opening the brackets, we'll have 1 times y, which is y, not 1y. Other students write for me 1y. 1y is just y, then minus 1 times 4, which is 4, being equal to 2 times x, which is 2x, then minus 2 times 1, which is 2. Grouping like terms together, we'll have y being equal to 2x. Taking negative 4 to the other side of the equation, we'll have positive. We first write the negative 2, or we can write positive 4, then minus 2. I've just interchanged. That is just the same. And then we'll have y being equal to 2x, then 4 minus 2, which is plus 2. So that is the equation of that straight line having the gradient 2 and the point at the given point 1, 4. So that is it about that question. So I'm going to leave an assignment for you to do. Look at number 3. Find the equation of the line that passes through the point 9, 4 and has a gradient of negative 2 over 3. Just follow the steps that we have followed, or that we have shown, and you'll find it very, very simple to work out. So make sure you do that question. You can give your workings on the comment section, and if you have any question, you are free to ask. Thank you very much for watching this lesson. Make sure you watch the previous. The previous is linked to this current lesson. You also make sure that you watch the next video, because it is I'm continuing the same substrand equations of a straight line up to the end of it. Yeah, because I've noticed that it has some challenges to a few students, and those who have understood can reinforce what they already know. So stay tuned to my channel, because I know that you are interested, and make sure that if you found this video helpful, kindly subscribe to make the channel grow. Like, comment, share, and I really appreciate. Thank you very much. Till next time. Bye bye.